We're good.
It's going. Driving back from the sports bar. Luckily, I didn't go all the way out to the game today. Giants lose to the Buffalo Bills. I want to, tell everybody here that I say what's up to them. And, you'll read the comments?
Yeah, I got you.
Fine. I'm with my guy, Jet Central. We are going to try to go tomorrow to the Jets-Browns game, so I hope you guys can see us there. And I'll be honest, guys, I mean, this defense is still terrible. I don't like James Betcher. I think Eli Manning, too. Eli's just shot. I'm one of the biggest Eli Manning fans. I've even liked Eli even more the past couple of years just because of what he's went through. And this season's already gone. This team is not looking very good. This defense is not going to become elite. And that's why I say, just put Jones in the game. And yeah, because Eli, I don't think Eli can really recover and get better. That's kind of all I want to touch on about the quarterbacks, to be honest with you. Defensively, just disappointed the first half. Josh Allen was terrific on the Giants. The pass rush, Marcus Golden, that's the only redeeming quality is in the second half, third quarter, they had a pass rush. But for most of the game, they did not have any kind of pass rush at all. So third quarter, defense played okay, but the first half was some of the worst defense you're going to see. So Buffalo looks pretty good. Singletary, that defense, pretty dominant again. It's a playoff team, certainly. You have the Steelers go down today to Seattle, and Big Ben is now questionable. So I think the Bills can take definitely a wild card from the North because even Baltimore looks shaky today against Arizona. Arizona's defense is not good. Their coach, Cliff Kingsbury, I don't know if this whole thing's going to work out. Kyler Murray, his stats look really good, but he was just throwing underneath a whole lot. So in the AFC, a lot of disappointing games today. The Dallas Cowboys were one of the best teams, though, in the 1 o'clock hour. Convincing win. Dak Prescott, Kellen Moore. This is a very legit team. They struggled with Washington early, but then they got it together with a big Devin Smith play. So if y'all have some questions about the Giants or about the 1 o'clock hour, we also had the 49ers with a huge win, 41-10. They are now going to play host to an injured Big Ben, and now that's looking like 3-0 before the bye week, and then as Cleveland comes in. So the 49ers are a hit.
What are your thoughts on Chargers-Lions?
Chargers-Lions. Kind of a dull, ugly game. I think Rivers is struggling. You don't have Melvin Gordon anymore. I thought the Lions defense did play better, but I don't think the Lions are a very good team. That whole division is pretty spotty when you look at the NFC North, actually. Even the Rams and the Saints, I was watching them, and I like what they both had to offer. That Packers game, the Packers came out 21-0, looked really good. And then the Vikings pretty much had it the rest of the way. So it's tough to judge that kind of game. But Detroit and the Chargers, a boring game, but Detroit just narrowly escaped.
Yeah, that's
an ugly game.
Yeah, that's a game where I feel like in past years Detroit would lose, but today they won. So they're back. Well, technically they haven't lost.
Had that interception. You're right. It's crazy. It seems like they've lost.
But they're 1-0-1 now.
Right. If they would have beaten the Cardinals, they would be 2-0. And things would be looking up for Patricia. But I'm curious to see who they play next week. I really am.
I think they play Green Bay. I could be wrong.
At home?
I think it'd be in Lambeau. I think.
They're going to start slipping. I don't know, though, if that offense can sustain.
Here, I'll look it up.
This defense can sustain.
What are your thoughts on the Titans-Colts?
Oh, boy. Tennessee, I said Vrabel would get fired. I feel even better about my approximation. Even Bill O'Brien, Vrabel, Ron Rivera, Jay Gruden. I pretty much hit all the coaches that I think were going to get fired before the season. Doug Marrone is another one going for 2. But we're talking about the Tennessee Titans. Incredibly disappointing. You have Jacoby Brissett at home. You had a huge momentum win last week against Cleveland. You're trying to turn the page of Marcus Mariota as your quarterback. And your defense plays decently well. And you can't get a win. And it's really indefensible. such an up and down, mediocre team that just can't take that next step. Just always gets help.
All right, so we had a question.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts on Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen both doing really, really well, and Arnold's not playing at all?
I know Darnold's not playing. I think Josh Allen's the truth. He made some incredible throws to his right today, getting out of the pocket, some huge third downs like on that last series to solve away the game. Unbelievable arm strength. He's looking really accurate, almost 300 yards. So I think J.A.'s coming along, playing great ball. They're going to play Cincinnati. This Bills team, I hope they can catch the Patriots. We'll see. But at worst, I'm thinking playoffs for the Bills, especially with Singletary. Lamar Jackson, I think Lamar's still spotty. I don't think he's still very good. Lamar, he did drop in a nice throw to end the game. He's way too shaky versus really good airtight defenses. He's going to make some brutal mistakes. He doesn't have the best pocket awareness, and I just don't think he's going to play clean all year. I think he's going to have some really rough games. So, but right now, he's 2-0 as a quarterback. His record overall is fantastic. But I don't think he's going to turn out very good this season. We'll see what happens. Any other questions?
Yeah, they go away. This one guy wrote like a long...
How many people are watching? Like 5?
21.
Holy crap. Are you kidding me?
No.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not.
21 people.
Yeah, 21.
Holy
now 22.
Crazy. Unbelievable. I wonder if they're here for the Giants, but I'll tell you, James Bettcher should be fired. Shermer kind of on his last leg. I want to see Danny Jones play. Just really disappointing. The organization, like John Mara, he really hasn't been that good as an owner. It was mostly his dad who did all the good stuff. And the Giants now for a while, Eli Manning's shot. This offensive line's not even that good with all the pieces. Dave Gettleman might have had a horrible pick in DeAndre Baker. Maybe he's too slow to play today's NFL. They don't know what the hell to do with DeAndre Baker. So, yeah, go ahead.
Top Streams, he donates $5. He said, Josh makes plays when it counts because he's clutch.
Buffalo guy, Top Streams.
Yeah.
One of my favorite followers.
Well, Top Streams. And I guess this is a question for you, too. Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. Who are you taking number 1 overall?
Let's rank all of them down.
Yeah.
All right.
To start a franchise.
I'm taking Josh Allen.
First? I'm taking Josh Allen first, too.
I've seen enough. Now, last year, I still was thinking about Baker Mayfield, but you combine the offseason of Baker and all the BS that he was doing, and that's why I am rolling with Josh Allen, and I've seen enough. Josh Allen, they say, is an inaccurate quarterback. I think he was very accurate, especially over the middle today with Cole Beasley. He was hitting that tight end a lot in the middle. Those guys, like even Zay Jones, they're really, the Bills receivers, catching rockets from Josh Allen. I thought he had another tremendous day. Baker by far is number 2. So to me, that's the cutoff.
I agree.
1 and 2, the big cutoff. Then you look at the rest of the list. I'm putting Darnold dead last. And the other quarterbacks are barely NFL quarterbacks. I would put, to start a franchise, I wouldn't want any of the final 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Rosen, Jackson, and Darnold. Yes. I still would put Jackson 4. I need to see him ball versus a good team. And Jackson has the best situation. You put a Rosen with a Baltimore defense, great things would have happened. And if John Harbaugh, that defense schedule.
And the cool thing is about Josh Allen, you could put him anywhere and he's going to have success because he could carry the team.
Well, I think Buffalo has surrounded him with great parts. I will say that.
In year 2.
Yeah, I love Singletary, their offensive line. The GM is really sharp, the offensive coordinator in year 2. Yeah, I think Josh Allen, though, is a really good player, so, yes.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's see.
Mayfield last year was a beast. I still think Baker is a good quarterback in this league. He's going to be around. We'll see what happens with Odell.
What are your thoughts on John Brown? Looking like a number 1 receiver from Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of having a resurgence. He's on the older side, but he's out here making really nice plays. He's making plays. The Giants' defense in the first half couldn't guard him. But yeah, he's played pretty decently well over these first couple weeks.
All right, Chuck wants to know.
Like this, like a press conference a little bit now.
I know. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of Terry McLaurin from Washington?
Interesting question there.
Yeah,
about
small little
all day long.
I know, he's been on my mind. He was in my dream last night.
Terry.
Small little short slot receiver.
I just think Keenum was throwing a lot of underneath stuff. McLaurin, like you look at Josh Doxson, and that's really weird how he just got cut. Terrell Pryor was on the Redskins, right, didn't develop. Trey Quinn actually could develop, but I don't have confidence in them to really develop players. And it's interesting because Kevin O'Connell, I think he does have potential. But right now with this quarterback situation, with that secondary looking actually really weak, their D-line still is good. It actually should even be better. They drafted so many guys there on the defensive line.
Yeah, they have 3 firsts on the D-line.
It seems like they're all tackles, and they never are like getting into the quarterback, It's all the Alabama guys.
Well, I mean, let's break down the defense. I mean, how many of these guys were first-round picks?
Well, you have
Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan.
Mm-hmm. Kerrigan's old, yeah.
Once Reuben Foster comes back, that's another Alabama first-rounder.
Yeah.
Landon Collins is an Alabama guy, second-rounder.
Yes.
But he's still a beast.
You're paying him $14 million. He's got to be good.
Yeah.
I think it's reckless spending on Washington, too. They should build for the draft. I don't like the Landon Collins side.
Okay.
What's up?
Josh Allen makes Mahomes leg plays, but then again misses a guy completely. All in all, he has a bright future. Do you think he could beat the Pats?
In week 4 or when they play? I want him to win in Buffalo. Josh today was holding on to the ball too long at times. To answer that question, he was holding on to the ball too long, letting the Giants grab a hold of him. If they get swept by the Patriots, it would be disappointing. With this defense humming the way it is, the health that this team has so far, I definitely want them to split with the Patriots.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I have that expectation.
If you think back to last year, they were in those games with the Patriots, and it came down to a few questionable, cheap, BS-y kind of calls by the refs.
Kind of. And this team.
Well, they were still in it to the very end.
And this team is 3-0. The Patriot or the Bills are going to be 3-0. They're going to beat Cincinnati. So I mean, this is looking legit. I mean, that defense is legit. The first drive, the Giants slashed them, but then they made great adjustments. Defensive line played really physical, and they're just getting great pressure on the quarterbacks right now. I have a lot of confidence in this defense. So
all right,
I love this team, man. Siren Neal, Levi Wallace. Tremaine Edmonds almost with a pick. Incredible stuff.
Thoughts on Dak Prescott so far?
Looking incredibly good. Incredibly good. Such a dynamic passer with Kellen Moore. Even airing it out to Devin Smith. It looks like Dak Prescott in the offseason, I think he picked up maybe 5 or 10 yards of arm strength. And that might be able to happen when you're a 24-year-old like Prescott is. I think Prescott might be 25 or 26 years old. But his arm just looks as good as it's ever looked before. He's playing incredible football. The offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, is spectacular. And the Cowboys, just such a convincing win today. Just loving what they're doing. And that's on the road in Washington. That's a place they historically would lose. Like, you look at the Titans, right, losing to the Colts. The Cowboys, when they go to Washington, they almost always get tripped up. This is looking like a different Prescott and a different team.
Yep, I agree.
But I have to admit, Minnesota played a lot better than I expected in that second half. Disappointing to not see them win. They had tons of opportunities to get the W. We have a lot of average teams, but at the top of the NFL, it's still the Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs, Rams and Saints, Dallas, Eagles. It's still looking like the teams that were in the Final 8. They're looking like it could be a rematch of the Final 8,
Yeah,
in
all right.
NFL.
Top Streams donates $20.
Are you kidding me?
He said Josh Allen
he doesn't
film.
have to. Thank you, though.
Josh Allen film review.
Now I gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
But I want to be transparent to Top Streams if he's watching.
Yeah, he is.
First of all, he doesn't have to pay for that. I was going to do that anyway. The reason I didn't get to it last week is because the microphone was bad. It was because, I just didn't do my job last week.
Yeah, I mean, you were busy getting the mic and hooking up the studio.
I needed to watch some games, exactly. And right now, the film comes out on Tuesday. So Tuesday night it will be released. So don't get worried if it doesn't come out, because we're going to watch the All-22 with Josh Allen. I'm going to do Josh and Garoppolo. Those are every week I have to do this, so I'll definitely do that. It'll be great.
Yeah, he says it's going to get a ton of views.
Yes, bring all your friends. But Buffalo, I mean, they've been a big component to this channel as well. Let's go. A couple more questions. 2 more minutes.
Let me find some. Big Blue for Life says we need a new head coach.
I think it's very possible. I hated the screen calls from Shermer today. I don't know if he's galvanizing this team. And as a head coach, you're responsible for who you hire on the defensive side of the ball. Mike Shula, the Panther fan, said he wasn't a good coach. And let's just see Daniel Jones get in there. And Danny Jones should play next week because we got to see what Shermer wants to do with the quarterback that he selected in Daniel Jones. So I want Jones to get as much experience as possible. No matter what, the Giants season is over. They're not beating the Patriots on the road, so it'll be 3-3 best case scenario. This Giants team is dead. It's already dead. This defense is so bad, worse than ever imaginable. The offensive line is not a dominant group by any means. Bills and Cowboys are very good teams, but Eli Manning can't escape the pocket anymore. He's too old. His physical condition is just not where it needs to be to play at this level, and that's the damn fact. So, Shermer, John Mara was too afraid of hiring a terrible coach that he hired a really mediocre, crappy coach. Is in New York, it's been a lot of losing for a long time, or it's been losing for like 7 years. Now the Super Bowls are amazing. It hasn't been consistency. The Super Bowls are still great. But yeah, it's going to be a long year. Got to credit Buffalo today. They were just the better team in every facet of the game. The second quarter, first quarter, it was domination after that opening drive, really the rest of the game. Pretty much domination. Other than a third quarter, the Giants had a little juice in the third. I'll give them credit for it. But Buffalo won the game hands down. So.
All right, last question.
Yeah.
Washington, when are we going to see Haskins?
We'll see Haskins like week 6 or 5, week 5 or 6.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Thank you guys for doing this. It was fun, a lot of fun, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Yep, later, guys.
Yeah, later. Thank you.